Hey guys, welcome back to the USA to Philippines Life channel. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out immensely and we greatly appreciate it. So, today I wanted to talk about a question that I get asked a lot. Uh, why retire in the Philippines? And I get that a lot as I'm approaching my mid 50s. Um, Under normal circumstances, a guy like me in the New York area where I live, you'd probably get married in your 20s, 30s. For my age group, buy a house, have a job, work the job for 20 or 30 years or more. Work till you're 65 to 70 seems to be the norm. I just had a coworker this earlier this year. Oh, actually, it was last year. Who retired? He was much senior to me. Great guy, miss him. But he retired after 30 something years, at 70 years old. Kept asking him why, why are you still here? But he finally left, and I wish him well. Um, you know, and I guess you know it's hard for people to go before 65 around here, I guess, because mostly is the health insurance. You want to get that government health insurance that you're eligible for only at age 65. So that seems to uh, propel folks to no earlier than 65 for retirement. Um, for me, I guess this is I'm in my second marriage now. My first marriage didn't work out. We'll chalk it up to poor judgment, bad choices when I was in my younger years. So that whole experience uh, ended up being very financially draining. It was a financial setback which I've since recovered from, but not to the point to where I should be for somebody my age. Had I stayed on that normal trajectory that most, in my age group, guys similar to myself, um, you would probably, be looking at, let's see, you'd probably be looking at 10 to 13 years more work, which for me, I'm about to begin my 25th year at the job. So the idea of doing 12, 13, 14 more years at the same job is not very appealing to me. So we get back to the question: Why would you get? Why would you retire in the Philippines? Well, I'll tell you. If I was to, do the usual norm here, I'd probably work until I'm 65, and then I'd probably end up doing the retirement down in, sell the house here in the New York suburbs, and you'd move down to mostly two places that I see a lot. Majority, some don't go there, but most either go to Florida or South Jersey, or they'll do a little bit of both. They'll winter the snowbird thing. They'll go down to Florida and they'll stay down there for the winter months, and then they'll come back to New York area, New Jersey, for the summer months because the Jersey Shore is pretty good if you're into that kind of thing. Um, but that was very unappealing to me. The area was very congested for me. And again, if you disagree with me, I invite you to comment. You know, I don't enjoy living around here. It's very congested. The folks aren't really, are kind of, I think, inconsiderate, and mostly, which is why I found the Philippines so appealing. Um, going to the city, the Philippines, yeah, there's a lot of people. Same thing, a lot of people. There's some congested areas. Manila gets there's some crazy spots in Manila I've seen. But I think it's the overall attitude of the people is so different that I don't mind being out in the crowds in the Philippines. In fact, I enjoy it. Here, I don't feel that way. And then there's the whole thing of one of my favorite things about the Philippines is Filipino hospitality. Filipino hospitality is really, really something else. I tell people that I know that work in the hospitality industry that you really ought to try to visit the Philippines because these folks over there wrote the book on hospitality. Whether you're checking into a hotel, going to a restaurant, or just going to a department store, going to get your cell phone fixed. What I've experienced when you walk in, um, the hospitality is such that they make you feel like you are the most important person in the world. And it's really incredible. And if you've not experienced it, it's really something. And you'll definitely, I think that's why a lot of people that do go to the Philippines fall in love with it. Like I always say, as beautiful as some of the geography is over there, I find that the Philippines' greatest beauty is its people. And I mean that from my heart. So, got those aspects there, the hospitality, the attitude of the people. We'll talk about the financial aspects of it for an American guy like myself. As I said earlier, I suffered some self-inflicted financial setbacks in my life, um, that under normal circumstances, um, I'd have to work till I'm 70 years old to compensate for in order to have a decent retirement. So, as luck would have it, I fell in love, and married a beautiful Filipina. If you're new to the channel, please check out our previous videos. We kind of get into how we met, and it's not we're not an old channel, so there's not a lot of videos yet. So you could probably catch up pretty quick. So I invite you to do that. But I met her, and part of getting to know her and was visiting the Philippines, and actually got lucky enough, and we were able to get a wedding to happen there. It was unbelievable. Um, and I know the previous video I talked about that. If you're able to do that, if you're dating, in a long-term relationship with a Filipina, if you can get married there, it's awesome. But again, with uh, my relationship with her, is slowly becoming intertwined over there with the culture, the family, um, and just when we go there, I don't want to come home. I'm ready to stay now. I just really love being there. I love being in the country, and I'm not a big fan of hot weather, and it's hot there. It's very hot there, but it doesn't bother me. Here in the U.S., I love the winter. People think I'm crazy for that too. You're crazy for wanting to retire in the Philippines, and you're crazy because you love the snow, Mike. I hear that a lot too. But I do. I enjoy the snow. I enjoy the cold. I ask myself sometimes, am I going to be able to deal with not experiencing winter? Well, I do plan to come back to the States, so I'm not going to totally do without the snow and the cold. But for whatever reason, when I'm there and when I'm in country, it doesn't bother me. Maybe the first week and a half I'm there, I'm feeling hot. But as long as I got good air condition uh, at night, when I get in bed, I'm good. But I know sometimes with the blackouts and the brownouts, there's going to be nights where you know there's going to be no AC. So we'll see. But you know, I've done the pros and the cons thing with this, and the cons column is very small compared to the pros column for me. So, we're already planning. It's a done deal. But I do get asked this question a lot. Why the heck would you want to retire in the Philippines? In other words, why aren't you going down to Florida or South Jersey or North Carolina or places where a lot of people are going? And it's a long answer. I didn't just touch in on some of the reasons why. Another reason why is I find I'm from an Italian American upbringing, and Roman Catholic, Italian upbringing. I find being raised in an Italian American family culture, I find that the Filipino culture, family culture, it's so similar, because of those backgrounds, the same backgrounds, the religious backgrounds, the values, the traditions. They're almost identical. Even the foods are similar. I mean, obviously they're not exact, but the way the food is it's a social. Food is a social thing too. It's not just eating to eat. The holidays. It's just the whole thing. It's very. If you're like me and you're from that type of background, you'll find that you'll fit right in with Filipino families, and that's something that's really comforting for me because I don't have much of a family here left anymore. Everybody's pretty much scattered around. The few family members I had left, as I mentioned in a previous video, I don't really have that many people left around here. So for me to go back there and be surrounded by my new family, my in-laws there, is wonderful. That's another item in the pro column. Beautiful, wonderful family there. And I really look forward to getting to know more of them and getting to know them better. We can't wait to get back there. I mean, that's the big thing right now. This was watching some other videos before. I did this video today for you, watching some other videos, folks talking about, is the country going to open up? Is the Philippines going to scale back the restrictions? Where's the green lane for vaccinated foreigners? Will foreigners be allowed in? This goes on, and hopefully they will, because we're like everybody else. We're just waiting for it to open. Once it does, we are on the quickest plane we can get. We're going, because right now, my wife and I, we both work, and we get a good amount of paid time off, but we don't get 6 months worth where we can afford to quarantine for 2 weeks in a hospital in Manila, and then enjoy our month or 2 months or 3 months in country. It doesn't work that way. We've got max 4 weeks we can do at a time. So for us to spend 2 weeks in Manila quarantining for fully vaccinated healthcare workers from the U.S., and we've got to quarantine for 2 weeks in Manila, it's not happening. So unfortunately, like everybody else, we're waiting patiently. Hopefully we can get a trip in this year. We really hope that's the case, but if not, so be it. So yeah, that was today's little video. I wanted to touch on that subject of why retire in the Philippines. It's apparently in my circle here, it's an unorthodox choice, but it's my choice and I'm sticking with it. So please, if you have any questions or comments, or if you are in the Philippines, if you're an expat in the Philippines, retired already, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Any advice you have for the viewers and me, love to hear it. So please, comment away. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to have any questions for me, like why would I do such a thing? That's the thing that strikes me, is the raised eyebrow that I get when I say I'm retiring in the Philippines. And I think a lot of that is just folks that just have this, really don't know the Philippines any further than very surface information. And I think they have a vision of the Philippines being folks living in thatched roof huts, third world country. They have no idea. They have no idea. They think the language. They have no idea that English is so widely spoken there. I mean, most of the signage is in English. I had no problem when I was there. I don't speak Tagalog. I don't speak my wife's dialect, Hiligaynon. I speak English, and I had no problem. I had no problem communicating with anyone. It took me about, I think by the first few hours, I had the money thing down. I was able to, figure out the money thing for my first visit. That was quick. Um, so, yeah, there's a lot of reasons why retire in the Philippines. I would say, why not? So, please, again, if you like the video, you like our other videos, please click like on them. It helps that we're a new channel. It helps us out a lot. Please subscribe. We've got some more content, increasingly entertaining content as we progress with the channel. We've got a lot of good things planned. So I really appreciate you stopping by, watching this. And again, I hope to hear from you. I hope that you have some comments, questions. I'd love to hear it. But really grateful that you stopped by and watched the video. I invite you to watch some of our other videos. And I hope that you'll stop back again. So for now, take care. Thanks for stopping by. And we'll see you in the next one. God bless.